start. Good evening. We have 108 new cases and we have 53 recoveries today. That brings our total number of active cases to 855. There were two unfortunate deaths yesterday after the media bulletin was issued. One was of a 75-year-old lady who was under treatment at the COVID hospital, who died due to comorbid conditions. And then we had a 45-year-old male who passed away at his residence, but his swab was taken day before because of him having come to our PHC. He had very mild symptoms, and then yesterday, by the time the results came, he had already passed away. So these are the two cases of death from yesterday. Today we have sent 1,623 samples for testing, and we have got the results of 1,464. People under home quarantine are 91, suspects under hospital isolation 9.
Hi, good evening. And so far, though our most of the migrants have already who were willing, we have sent them as per the Supreme Court order. We made special trains and we did express registration. After press registration, we sent SMS to all, and in different batches we have sent them over. So far, still I'll share the numbers. People who have gone out is 1,49,440 since 29th April 2020, and people who came in is about 50,095. The cases booked for non-wearing of mask is 33,624, and cases booked for spitting on public places is 10,662. Thank you.
Second day, it was positive, no?
Yes, we got to know that he is positive when the test results came. His swab was taken day before. And when our team contacted the family, in the meanwhile, we had also got intimation from the police. It almost happened at the same time. We were contacting for the test result and to ship the person, but by that time, he had passed. That person's dead body has been shifted to the morgue at ESI.
Ma'am, day before yesterday, there was a problem in Margao regarding the cremation of a body. The body was supposed to be brought to Panjim, and then the EMRI refused to bring the body to Panjim, and it was cremated in Margao somewhere. It was because they said that it was because of the payment, delay in payment.
Not at all. In fact, let me correct that impression. You see, Collector South has already notified the Madgaon Municipal Council crematorium as the crematorium which will be used for disposal of dead bodies from ESI. So this notification Collector had issued sometime last week itself. Now, in this particular case, yes, there was first a proposal that the body may be shifted to Sant Inez and be cremated here. But then it was discussed that instead of transporting the body all the way from there till here, when we have a notified crematorium, it was a mutual decision based on the opinion of the medical team as well as the collector administration. And we all felt that it is much better to have a common specified place where the protocol can be maintained. There is a particular protocol to be followed for the disposal of bodies of the COVID positive patients. So that is why we all decided in consensus that we should have the cremation there at Madgaon Municipal Council.
So there was
it
no
has
issue of payment?
definitely not, definitely not.
So henceforth, all
Yes, unless of course the family for some very strong sentimental reason, if the family makes a very earnest request that they be allowed to carry the body back to their village for some reason, if that is a request from the family, then yes, we will consider that. But otherwise, as a general principle, we would be sticking to this protocol.
Ma'am, is there any shortage of body bags?
Not at all.
No, because the first two cases, first two deaths, the family relatives are saying that the body bags were not, the bodies were not put in.
I can assure you that there is no shortage of body bags. The body bags are sufficiently available with the team at ESI.
Was there a delay in picking up this person, 45-year-old man who died in
No.
Varo?
No, because the moment we got his test result, his swab was taken day before. He came to our PHC with very mild fever. And so his swab was taken because he came with a symptom as such. His swab was taken, but it was not serious enough to admit him. It was just mild fever. His swab was taken, he returned back home. The swab result came the next day, and when our team contacted, there was definitely no delay in intimating the family or in identifying the case.
He had a comorbid condition.
You see, I wouldn't be able to talk very authoritatively about it. So definitely one should be very careful about speaking when one is talking about a dead person. Therefore, I'll reserve my comments on that. I've already told you that he had tested positive for COVID, and that he had just one previous day he had reported with very mild fever.
So that is why they're surprising the PM exam.
Yes, it is a surprising case. We are also quite surprised by this entire course of events. But I've told you the course of events as they have happened. And I will not speculate because it is not fair to speculate in the case of a person who is no longer with us.
Because there have been cases where the patients who have tested positive, they were asymptomatic, but there have been delay in picking up them, like, hours of delay.
You see, our team is trying their very best to intimate. In picking up, there may be a slight delay because a day when we get quite a number of cases, but the information goes on time. We call up the family, we tell them, see, there is a positive case in your midst. Now, please take all precautions, we are coming to get you. So, this is the best possible protocol that we are following. We first intimate the family or the person, if the person is single for that matter, and then we tie up in such a way that we shift the person at the shortest possible time.
Are there enough ambulances?
I wouldn't say there are enough ambulances. We are definitely facing a crunch. Even today in the SEC meeting, we have discussed about the need to enhance the number of ambulances, and we are working out several options. We have had an extensive discussion in today's SEC meeting just before we came over here.
There is also an option that asymptomatic COVID patient can stay at his home provided he has an adequate
The central government directives issued through the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare do allow that, but we in the state of Goa are yet to permit that.
Is it being considered?
Well, the guidelines are there. So far, we have not gone to that level of discussion. We are aware that the protocol is there. We have gone through the protocol circulated by the ministry. But yes, we have not taken a decision so far on that.